As an adult or growing up there, you start realizing that your heroes are not actually as cool as you think they are. Santa Claus, Easter Bunny, and now for me, Batman. Around my room is a lot of figures from my childhood. Kenshiro, Luffy, Goku, Ryuk, Sailor Moon, that kind of stuff, Kirby, that kind of stuff. They're cool characters. I have no Batman. I could have got Batman. I have Spider-Man in my room, but I don't have Batman. And I realized quite a bit ago that Batman is not the hero, the cool guy I thought he was. If you think about his moniker, the world's greatest detective, he can solve crimes pretty easily, but he can't solve the one thing that actually makes a difference in his city: getting the criminals off the streets. Sure, he may get low-level thugs on the streets, but they're a revolving door, like in New York City itself. He gets rid of one of them, and one of them comes back into place. They either grow up there into the organization, or another big Kahuna, if you will, gets another sucker and forces them to do their bidding, or they get hypnotized or mind controlled or whatever. But Batman doesn't stop the problem. He doesn't. You see, Batman, in the end, like they said all those decades ago, that Batman is just a crazy guy in a batsuit. He happens to be very rich to be able to do whatever he wants. You see, the main issue with Batman is that even though he could solve many crimes, he's never been able, after all these years, I thought about this before I did this video, he's never been able to do the one thing that I believe Spider-Man has done and Superman has done. I don't think Superman has did it, but you're going to get my point in a second. And, well, Goku's definitely done this shit. That's for damn sure. That he's never gotten a single big-time criminal foe of his to reform. Batman uses violence against, pretty much everybody to get his ways. He has flip kicks and punches and stuff like that there. And he beats them down really good. Makes them really learn their lesson for that moment. They get arrested by the cops there. They get released, like in New York City, that kind of stuff. They're revolving door. And then even Arkham Asylum has his rogue gallery of criminals in there, but eventually they get released or like they escape somehow. Batman doesn't reform anybody. He's never reformed the Joker. He's never reformed Poison Ivy. He's never reformed the Penguin or the Riddler or Killer Croc. He never reformed anybody that actually matters. Killer Croc runs the sewers. The Riddler is a dangerous guy that likes to plant tests all over the city. The Joker, we all know the Joker. The only way he got Harley Quinn to go on his side is when the Joker passed away. In some multiverse, different versions of it. If the Joker's around, Harley Quinn is with him. He never got Harley Quinn by his own volition. The only reason why Catwoman is on Batman's side is because of Batman's sexuality. The nice abs and the nice muscles, all that stuff there. It's not anything that Batman actually did. Catwoman was just horny. Same thing with Tanya Al Ghul, I think her name is. You know I'm talking about, the Rachel Dul's daughter. Same thing, she was horny. She saw an acrobatic guy who had muscles, and she wanted to spread her legs. It had nothing to do with, like, Batman wanting to do the right thing and, saying the right words to her to get her on the right side, to make it so, she's against her own father. Nope, he was just hot, and that's it. So he never did anything to actually curb the evil in the city, ever. He's just a crazy guy who likes to beat up bad guys and uses money to get new gadgets and for fun. I bet if Batman was a real person, Batman would do everything like he usually does. He goes back to his giant mansion. He has a whole bunch of like Alfreds and hoes and slaves and all this stuff all over his mansion. A whole bunch of bitches all over his mansion, and he parties the night away. And whenever he gets a call that danger's in the area, he's like, hit, hit, hit the dog. He goes up there, slide down the bat pole that's oiled up, and he goes down there and puts on the suits, nice and rubbery, nice and late, nice and tight. He goes out there, busts up bad guys, and then he goes back to the house and does it all again. They're dancing night away there or whatever, and goes back and, does whatever. I don't think the real Batman would actually care about putting criminals away for good, because judges, just like in reality, can be bought. A few hours ago, I was looking at a video about how multiple judges in New York City, like I said, this is real life, multiple judges in New York City actually decided that a dangerous criminal with a long rap sheet, including stabbing and shooting people, and a whole bunch of drugs and smuggling, that person is so safe for society, you get released the next day. That person does not speak, the criminal does not speak any English, does not have a residence, and he's committed crimes multiple times over and over. Robbery, assault, but multiple judges agreed to make it so that guy gets back in the streets. I would bet my bottom fucking dollar that those judges are being paid to keep the criminals out of jail, because it costs money to keep them in jail. The whole food thing and the housing thing. I'm sure it costs, a little money to keep them in jail. So they decide to release them back in the streets, release them in the wild there, so more innocent people like you and me can get, taken advantage of by the criminals. Because the city doesn't want to, house them and feed them until their court date or whatever. They don't want to do that. So Batman, he doesn't want to protect the streets. I think, in the end, I don't think it, I know it. This guy, in the end, is doing it for kicks. Spider-Man, he's a nice guy, and then, he grabs some criminals there for the police. He knocks people out there. I think, Norman, he got rid of Norman, or Norman Osborn got rid of himself, Sandman, I think he's gone for good as well. There's a Sandman, like a sibling or whatever. No, sorry, kin of Sandman that happened in the show. Venom, it's Alien, can't really get rid of Alien. Hobgoblin is Harry Osborn. He goes in and out. But Spider-Man actually, his foes actually do go away for quite a long time because of what Spider-Man actually does and says to them. But Batman, no. He's tough on crime, but it doesn't matter if you can't actually use your brain and keep them away. So that's why Batman, to me, is not the smartest bulb in the tree when it comes to getting rid of criminals. Or he is smart, and he's keeping them out there for his own amusement. I don't know which one. That's a debate for another day. So that's it for now. Clack off. Betty.